Hello and welcome to SuperGrads by Top Rankers, India's most preferred CAT preparation and mentorship program. Today with us we have Laksh and Saurabh sir from the Chandigarh Center. Laksh, many congratulations on your CAT performance. How are you
Thank you
feeling right
so
now?
much. Yeah, I'm feeling quite ecstatic right now. I didn't think I'd do this well, honestly. So
Was
yeah,
this your first attempt?
this was my second attempt. I scored around 98 percentile last time,
Oh,
and I figured I'd give it another try and see where that takes me.
okay,
It
fair.
was a good
That's
decision in hindsight. It was a very good decision.
great. No. Really, many kudos on it. Just to have an outset. Any controversial opinions since you've already prepared for 1 year? Did you change something dramatically, or is there something that you would say typically is something expected of a CAT aspirant, but that does not hold true? Any controversial opinions all along the strategy?
Uh, I wouldn't say controversial, but the only thing I really changed in my preparation was just the amount of practice I put in rather than trying to cover all the topics or anything like that. I just practiced and practiced as much as I could. I barely covered any topics in my quant syllabus, and still, I would say the topics that I did cover, I just practiced the heck out of them. That's what I did.
Okay,
Same with LRDI, same with VRC.
fair. Saurabh sir, if you'd like to take this forward in terms of the number of hours, perhaps the strategy and this.
I think about CAT, I think I've been doing this training for the last 25 odd years, and Lakshya has been one of the more regular students, right? The idea is that we as CAT trainers are actually facilitators, right? I cannot teach, let's say, a geometry concept because they're all aware about the whole thing. They're aware about the fundamentals, maybe a couple of tricks here and there, but largely a trainer's role is that of a facilitator, right? That means he helps the student to think, basically to think, because CAT is an exam which is an unpredictable exam. New sets are there, especially in LRDI, which I teach. Absolutely new sets are there.
Yeah.
And you can be completely taken by surprise. I have seen many teachers also being taken by surprise on the CAT day, right? So I would like to ask Lakshya, like, how did you feel when you started the paper? Because the first section was obviously VARC, which is almost doable by everyone, good or bad, I don't know, but everybody is able to do the VARC section. The problem appears the moment the DILR section pops up.
So honestly, VARC was, I mean, it took me a while to get my head in the game, as I would say. I wasn't really feeling it. I was just kind of out of it. But by the time got to that second RC, I would say I was completely locked in. And so VRC went very well. I've always had an edge in VRC over others. I would say that I already scored pretty well last year as well. DLR, when I got to DILR though, I think the thing that helped me the most was I just my question selection, my set selection was just top notch at that time. I picked up three sets that I thought I would be able to do, and I did them in with 15 minutes remaining. I solved all three of them, and then of course I tried for a fourth, but that was a bit more on the difficult side. But I would say doing three sets in just 25 minutes is still pretty good.
No, that's actually pretty good. Having
Yeah,
that much time left in DIL.
yeah.
Right.
That's the thing.
So what was your slot? Slot one, two, or three?
My slot was slot two, which I would say was a bit on the easier side compared to slot one and three. Yeah.
Okay. Laksh,
And
can you
like
also tell us?
how do you, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
So also like tell us one thing. Like you said that the set selection was bang on, right? So
Yeah.
how, what do you attribute this to? Like how does the student and aspirant get into this mode that you select the right sets and the detail?
Honestly, I don't think I have like a hard and fast rule set to selecting those sets. It's just something I've picked up along the way after doing so many mocks, after doing so many sectionals. It's something you pick up. You just know after looking at a set, you just know that this has all the information you need. This has all the info that can be used to get an answer quickly. This won't result in too many cases. All that stuff. But otherwise, there's this one rule I always use. It's that DI sets, no matter how horrifying they might look from the info, if you have a decent hand, if you are somewhat good in calculations, I think DI sets are fairly easy. They aren't as intimidating as people believe them to be.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's all just about practice. How many sets you've practiced in your journey. That's all. That's all it comes down to.
So in a nutshell, it all turns down to the same thing, right? The more you
Yeah,
practice, the more adept you become, right?
absolutely.
Mhm.
And how many hours would you say, Lakshya? Basically, I just wanted to understand your background, your UG, your schools, and how did that help you or, assist you in terms of your preparation hours? When did you start? We can
Right.
start. Yeah.
Right. So I did my bachelor's in engineering, in mechanical engineering, and I was an average student. I wouldn't say I was even above average in that aspect. And see, usually the thing we're told when we start our CAT preparations as engineers, we're told that our best sections are usually quantitative quants. I mean, yeah. So I went into into CAT prep thinking that I would just blaze or quants and I'll focus on VARC, DILR would be a breeze and all that. But when I started doing it, I realized that quants was by far my weakest section. I could not score a single. I would say even last year, like my score in quants was, I think 10 or 12 marks. That's how much I scored in quants. So, and even this year, it was just like 20 marks. So from the beginning, it has been VRC has been my strongest section, and that was even more consolidated after Preeti ma'am's classes. She has been such a good mentor. Even I remember last year, even before the exam, I called her up. I discussed my strategies on how to tackle the paper, how to go solve the questions, what should I be looking for. Last minute, she has been with me along the way. So yeah, I would say that helped. Baki, Naresh sir was also a pretty good teacher. I would say it's just my own skill issue, I would call it, that I couldn't really do well in quants. Baki, Saurabh sir with DILR, obviously.
No, that's great to know the brand value of mentorship and personalization is of SuperGrads is actually, something that
Yeah.
students can feel in their preparation strategy. Uh, but sir, Saurabh sir, want to hear from you as well. How was Lakshya when he joined the program? What were your first impressions? How did his performance change over the period of time?
I would say that he was a silent student kind of a thing, right? He's not a very active. Just kept doing his questions properly and maintaining the rhythm of the class. He's not one of the, the what do you call it? The
Extroverted,
obnoxious type, right?
yeah,
Who's asking a lot of questions and all those
yeah,
things. So the questions, sir एक बार ये वाला फिर से बता दो, kind of things. कि ठीक है, इससे ज्यादा नहीं. मतलब he's a very
yeah.
decent, silent individual, right? So that kind of a student. But what I really admired about him that he had this, when last year his score was 98 and he said that sir क्या करना है मेरे मैं तो लग रहा है मुझे ड्रॉप ले लेता हूँ. तो मैंने बोला कि ठीक है इट्स योर चॉइस. डू यू थिंक यू कैन डू बेटर? बोले यस सर, मेरे को ये कॉन्फिडेंस है कि इतना पढ़ के यहाँ पहुंचा हूं तो आगे निकल जाऊंगा डेफिनेटली. आगे मेहनत कर लूंगा तो इट्स डेफिनेटली देयर. तो आई सजेस्टेड दैट फाइन, he has that kind of a faith in himself, so let him progress that way. So I would say that integral faith in his own self was a very important ingredient, I would say, for the success that he has this year.
No, many congratulations on that, Lakshya. That really does stand out. Even as we
Yeah,
prepare for the upcoming phase of interviews and all, I hope you'll get a lot of interview short calls. We are doing the admit short process. Everybody who's getting a call from A, B, C, black eye basically. I'll also be personally mentoring it. I went to IIM Ahmedabad in 2022 and I've given all these interviews myself. So if we can be of any help, please let us know.
yeah,
We'll also be a
absolutely.
part of the admit short
Absolutely. Thank you
process.
so much.
Thank you so much for joining, Lakshya. Thank you so much, Saurabh sir. Uh,
Right.
just one
So
last,
Lakshya, one more
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
one more question before we wind up. Like,
Yeah.
uh, what do you think are your forthcoming challenges that you see? Because now the calls are being will be released very soon, right? How do you think is going to be your preparation happening for the PI rounds? Where do you see a challenge or a tough bottleneck that you need to clear?
See, the biggest challenge I see in front of me is that just justifying my below average or average academics. I did decently well in 10th and 12th, but my academics in my grad really aren't very good. Plus, in regards to my extracurricular activities and all, I think I did pretty well. I think I did decent, but I would say that they still leave a lot to be desired. Plus, of course, there's that gap here that I do feel anxious about justifying. But overall, I think, see, the academics are all that I'm worried about.
Okay. So what advice would you like to give to aspirants who are, let's say fresh in their final year kind of a thing and aspiring for writing CAT? They're in their college, that means, right? So what
Yeah.
advice would you give to people who are in their college looking at CAT? What should they be actually doing, which you think that you did not do while being in college?
Do anything but make sure to focus on your grad subjects. They will follow you throughout your MBA journey. Trust me, they matter a lot more than you think they do right now. And try and get a lot more internships under your belt because they, even as far as I've talked with a few alumni, they've told me that they do help in your MBA summer internships and final placements too.
yep.
Yeah, so that's what my advice would be. But of course, Mr. Vijay Aditya would know a lot more about that than me.
That's right. So I think that's it. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lakshya, for joining us. And on behalf of the SuperGrads team, they were very, very appreciative of your performance and your spectacular result.
thank you
And
so
we wish
much.
to support you completely so that you reach your dream B school definitely.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah,
Thanks a lot for joining, Lakshya. Thanks a lot for joining, Saurabh sir. See you around.
yeah.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Yeah, see you. Bye bye.